Guys, it's Thursday afternoon. Haven't gone and done this type of video for a while. I've taken the plunge, guys, and I booked there. You see up there, the 35 floors where the skylight is the top floor, and I'm on the 30th floor. I've done it, guys. I booked for the 6th of December. It's almost finished. They've done all this outside now. They're going to put radians in a couple of weeks' time, apparently just round the corner there where the communal area is, because the land there you see on the right, they don't own it. They were going to build a hotel there, the owners, but I'm told that nothing's happening there for a couple of years. Yes, the council have finally finished all this. It's very beautiful inside. American company, as you know. Yes, I've taken the plunge. I think it's either a year or 2 years. 1265. Where I am now, it's 1100, but it's going up to 1300, and it's incomparable. You have to pay for internet. So that's 1345. It will be in December. That's going to be 1265 with the internet. So it's £80 less, and it's about 100 times better than where I am. I know I'm exaggerating. And there, as I said, 35 floors. I booked the 30th floor. I think I'm on the front, but you're so far up. Oh, they're doing all this road as well. That's really nice. It does look nice now. Seating outside, concierge, straight through. Incredible office on the right. It's got a really incredible reception area. And I'll show you sometime, guys, when I move in. I will film it for you. Gym, skylight, 35th floor, wonderful communal gardens. I'll just give you a quick look at that, guys. Massive gym, 2 rooms you can hire are exceptional. And even the skylight, believe it or not, you can hire. It's all free, inclusive. I've gone for unfurnished because I've chosen my furniture. And I can do it all for 600. Bed, beautiful coffee table. Got a mat, got my recliner already. Got some lamps. Got my special mattress, a bed. I don't need the side tables in there. Fully fitted kitchen, separate washing machine, and great to have a tumble dryer. And this is the back communal grounds. And also, what else have I got? Oh, 2 beautiful stalls. Because it's got like a breakfast bar. And then going to buy another little easy chair for £100, all from Amazon. Oh, and Dreams bed, that's 319. So it's only 600. I think it's about £100 less a month. Unfurnished, so you're saving 1,200 in the first year. I'm going to probably book it for 2 years. So you get your furniture back in 6 months. See, just there on the left, they're going to put railings all the way along, so this is protected. And beautiful communal grounds there, and just on the right there is the gym. Spectacular, isn't it? Let me take you up again, guys. Yes, the 30th floor. Only 4 from the top and 1 from the skylight. So about 30 seconds, 10 seconds in the lift to go up those 4 floors, and then you have to walk the stairs to the skylight. So I could get there in 30 seconds. Truly remarkable. And as you know, I thought I would go to Moda. I mean, Moda along Broad Street. You have to remember they're much smaller, and they're probably about 100 to 150 more. That's got a beautiful, it depends what you would like, but the Moda in just down here, very busy road. Hagley Road, don't like it. Just the other side of this roundabout. And this road is much quieter now because of it's a clean air zone. So I will be, I think, on the front there. But when you're 30 floors up, you're not going to hear anything. You got all your curtains. I'll show you guys when I move in. I decided to move about 14 days early. I know I paid my rent, but you always do that sometimes, don't you? I remember when I used to go to Spain and back, I would leave a week early or a month, or sometimes everyone does it now. I just thought I'd get out of here where I am. So I've only got just over, well, it's 3 months and a bit. They said you can book 3 months in advance, which is very unusual. Motor only allows 6 weeks. I thought it was really nice of them because it's like 3 months and almost, well, 2 weeks, 3.5 months, but they've let me go ahead with everything. I'm just waiting for the credit checks, which shouldn't be a problem. I got that little bit of money, as you know, from Spain, my 48,000. Imagine buying a house for 48,000, guys, for 13 years later in England. Sorry, I bought it for 188,000, sorry, and sold it 13 years later for 48, lost 40,000. Just a bunch of crooks in Spain. Don't buy a house in Spain, guys. Don't care what anyone says. I mean, the utilities used to cost me about 1,200 euros, £1,000 a year when I wasn't even there. As you know, I used to travel there about 2 or 3 months a year for 13 years. So that's it again, guys. They're going very quickly because they are beautiful. And it's incomparable to Moda. I prefer it to the Moda. Even here, you can see the Moda here. You have to remember there, you're overlooked by the bank, you're overlooked by Travel Hamptons this side, you're overlooked the other side by a Travel Lodge, and at the back you're completely overlooked by a huge office building. Noisy road, about £100 to £200 more, much smaller rooms, beautiful reception area. They have a running track on the 3rd floor and a skylight as well, but who wants, and they have beautiful communal areas, but who wants a running track? And they have a good gym. Oh, they have a small cinema. But when I show you guys, I take you all around, you'd be taken aback. And I thought, damn it, I thought of going into a one room, as you know, and then I thought, no, damn it, at my age, you know, I'm coming to the end of, I'm old, as you know, guys. You know, I am, I'm 73, as simple as that. I don't know many vloggers do. Probably got, I don't know, 1 to 2 years left doing this if I'm very lucky. And I thought, why lock myself in one room? Just use some of my savings. I got it wrong, St. Paul's Place. It was complete hell at the bank, as you know, and it's not been very good where I am now. I mean, out of the 2.5 years, it was 1.5 years building site, which they lied. They said it would be finished in 4 or 5 months. And all sorts of things, freezing cold, everything's so basic in there. I mean, my neighbours, they've gone there, they said it was the coldest place they've ever lived in their life. You never get anything done. Strongly would not recommend it. And I know this area here, and then I moved, it's all coming down, guys, as you know, right the way up to the corner. It's a huge development. James will tell you about it online. I'm not sure how far back it goes, but it's going to be quite big. And then, as I said, where I am now, used to walk down the steps, guys, I've shown you, to the beautiful canals where they moor the boats. They've closed it off 4 months ago. They decided to put gates up. They've had some real cowboys doing it. It's 4 months now, not told the residents, not said a word. Most of the people who walk their dogs, they always went down there. I've shown you it, you love this. It's 10 seconds from my apartment. You can't go down there now. Because the cowboys who were doing it have cleared off 4 months ago and it's half finished. I'm using, yeah, so this is the Moda, but the Moda Loudon's Yard, I went along there recently. He was very sort of smug, the manager. Oh yeah, they're going 10 I'm not sure if he said 10 a week or 10 a day. Oh yeah, and then he went online and said, oh, I'll check for you. I said, well, I just checked at home. He said, oh, it's probably gone. You know, it was all like, but it's got beautiful furniture. I'd say it's, but I'm not having a furnished place anyway, so that's irrelevant. And there's hardly any difference between the quality of everything inside and Cortland's. The difference is Cortland's Well, it's just completely different, guys. Yes, and this here, as you know, Tesco's 3 years ago, never happened. And 1.5 years ago, there, the Asda below, there, never happened for some reason, and we desperately need another supermarket here, as I've told you many times. Here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's so busy in Sainsbury's. But it's just been so much building going on here the last few years. This little store cannot cope with the demand. I mean, I know you have Morrison's just up by the roundabout, but that's a dreadful shop. And I'm not a lover of Tesco's, but I did take myself over to the big Tesco's by the roundabout. And it's only 15 minutes walk, guys. And the products they've got in there, you cannot compare it to the Morrison's at Five Ways. It's one of the worst Morrison's. Well, it is actually the worst Morrison's I've seen in the UK. Very badly managed. It's a dump. So I'll probably take myself off to Tesco's. If you live around here, guys, you've got a car, it's just 5 minutes. Oh, more scaffolding. I always say it's getting more and more like New York, Birmingham. This I've only used it the second time, guys, and my second time of using the microphone. If there's a bit of wind occasionally, I've got a wind muffler on. I'm not going to put the reverb or the noise cancellation. It's got 1 and 2, but it distorts all the surround sound, so it's not authentic, and you also get distorted voice, so we'll leave that off. You just have to get used to a little bit of breeze occasionally. So the update, guys, is there, yeah. I've almost finished it all. I'm going to, hopefully, it's just over 3 months. Can't wait. It'll be the, well, fingers crossed, the best move of my life by far. When I show you it, guys, you won't believe it. And to be on the 30th floor. I was on the 10th floor at the bank, but that wasn't high enough to avoid all the horrendous noise around the area and the building that went on Broad Street for this biggest bodged up job. Much better than it used to be, but everywhere it's sinking. It's 3 years old, it looks 50 years old. I mean, they never clean it. Look at this, guys. It's so sad because it cost millions. 3 years old. I knew someone who did building all his life, and he told me many stories. He said, I used to come along here every day, Bernard, and you're absolutely right. They didn't have a clue what they were doing. Look, they never clean it. Nothing's done. And it's sinking everywhere. And as you know, 6 of those pedestrian crossings all sunk. The area where the taxis were completely sunk, and they practically did the whole of Sheep's Code straight again, and many other areas. And they were, look at the state of it, guys. Look, highway maintenance came along in 4 days, guys. Look at it. Honestly, it is. I could show you 100-200 areas like that. They never had a clue. Although it's so much better than it used to be. It was a horrible road, and before the clean air zone, and it was polluted and noisy. So it is an improvement. It's just so sad that the people who did it didn't have a clue. Anyway, he'd done building all his life. He was an inspector, and he said he's never seen such a bodged up job in his life on the negatives, but on the positives, it is a lot better than it used to be. It's really just a quick update. There's something called Birmingham Weekender. Starts, look at that, sunk Friday. Oh yes, in this taxi area, I wanted to tell you, they did that. It completely collapsed, all of it. So these highways maintenance guys in 4 days came in and did all that. About 20% of the road. They took 3 years, the other guys, and it's never looked better. They did a fabulous job. Fabulous job. Yes, Birmingham Weekender, I digressed again. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think it really kicks off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't think I will come on Saturday, guys. I'll tell you why, because a normal Saturday in the daytime is horrendous. And it'll be bank holiday Saturday, so in town. And so I think I'll give that a miss. And I've been invited to a private function Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Drinks and something, snacks, and the skylight, they call it, the 35th floor, where I'm going in Cortland. I've been invited to a function there, their first one. Inviting, all the management will be there and the tenants. Well, they've got a few in. I'm not sure how many they have in at the moment. So I need to get myself ready for that. And it'll just be so busy Saturday. But Sunday they have 1 to 2:30. They have a performance outside the Hippodrome, guys. Oh, and there's one at, I think it's 5 o'clock. And I'm going to film most of that for you. I won't be able to go live, guys. You know that when we had the Chinatown weekend. Worst place in Birmingham, Digbeth, the end of the high street, and Chinatown's impossible. Last time we were there. As you know, this month 7 now, they never did this. They were in care at the council. I got 2 letters at home. The last letter recently, they couldn't afford to do the repairs at the pump room. So, but they never had an excuse for switching it off. Mothballed it for 9 months a couple of years ago, and then they switched it off the year before, the year after that, every single bank holiday. So the families of Birmingham couldn't come over here and enjoy this area. And I'm telling you, I've said it to you before, families did come over, hundreds, thousands some days, and they stayed till quite late in the 6, 7 in the evening, having the most wonderful time here, because the kids love the fountains and the water. I say shame on the Birmingham Council. If anyone's listening, shame on you. You put my council tax up, it's gone through the roof. From £96 to about 118, just for a small 1-bedroom rental apartment, but you couldn't get that sorted out for the families of Birmingham. And yes, I'm going to tell you again, I did. I spoke to many mothers there. She said their children, she brought 3 children over. She said they just love it here, Bernard. It doesn't, we'd spoken before, it doesn't cost any money. I pack a lunch, we walk 30 minutes to get here. My friends meet us here. But they've denied the people of Birmingham that yet again for the whole summer. They got the, I think it's, the Tory, it's every other year. They alternate with Manchester. Unfortunately, it's the Tory conference this year. On the positive, it's only 121 of them, not 372. But it's going to be end of September to 2nd of October. And then they'll be thinking about, not long after that, getting ready for the fairground, because that takes 3 or 4 weeks to put up, and it's here normally for about 6 weeks. I was trying to count this the other day, guys. I know I've told you many times, but you see the top part where they haven't put any facades on, or whatever they call it. That top, you see that top part? Not the 2 little parts, but that big part. They need 1 more of those. I worked it out, and that's the 49 floors. Isn't that amazing? And should be open next August. And I think they will, because it just goes up so quickly. They can work internally 24/7 if they want to. That's the plan, guys. Yes, so we'll film this incredible 1.5-hour performance by the Hippodrome on Sunday for you. and I think it's 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock on Monday. They have a look online, guys. It's the closing event. It's supposed to be quite magical. It's going to be in Grand Central, and it's also going to be in the square, not Rotunda Square. Rotunda Square, they have trapeze artists on Saturday. It's going to be just down by the market before you turn right and go to, where the church is. Oh, I can't remember. There. It's going to be there. I think it's 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock. One's in Grand Central Station, and one is going to be there. So look out, have a look online, guys. So I'm going to do both of those for you, but they are two areas that you cannot film live. Trust me, it will buffer 99% of the time. It's the only two areas really, and a little bit over Digbeth. Oh, and obviously when you get past the Apple Store, High Street, New Street, there, right the way down, you can't film all the way up to the cathedral. So those three areas, guys, completely out of my control. James, I told you this would never open, didn't I? 2 years late, guys. 2 years late. So just a quick one to tell about the Birmingham Weekender. The advantage of not filming, I've filmed the 1.5 hour performance, supposed to be spectacular, at 1 o'clock to 2:30, directly outside the Hippodrome. Now, you know the story of this, guys. Let me bore you again. 6 months late, open for 24 hours, had leaks everywhere, closed for another 6 months, dug 6 holes down to Australia, finally opened, first 2 years out of 3, broke down 20 times maybe. But the last year they've really sort of come to grips with it, and normally get it working within a couple of days. The water turns green, I think they have to clean it and the filters and everything. But this time they didn't do that. They actually let it go brown and really dark green for a couple of weeks longer. It's about a month now, guys, maybe 5 weeks. That's it. One of the smallest fountains probably in the world. But, and as you know, it's owned by Brindley Place. But it's taken, I think, 5 weeks, and nothing's being done at the moment, which is unusual for them. They normally get it together very quickly. Obviously, the fountain in front of Centenary Square is owned by the council. That explains why it's never working or never switched on. But these guys, they are usually very, very good. I'm not sure what's happened this time. But it is owned by the council, ironically, so the whole area's owned by Brindley Place, privately owned, but this here is protected, and it's actually owned by the council. I suppose that would again explain why it's not working. Oh my goodness. They had all these inflatables here yesterday, and they've taken them down. Oh, how strange, guys. Oh no, maybe they're not going to inflate them at the moment. Almost finished, looks spectacular. Done a wonderful job, as you can see. And Holly, they've cleared all this rubbish here. Holly talked about it. This was closed for a year, and then we had 7 months, half of it closed, but they've looked something exciting. City is a 3rd stage, this one. Hippodrome. Oh, so they've just deflated them for now, but they were all inflated. They were probably testing them yesterday. Floozy's been working. The whole area is looking fabulous. Obviously this is an event here. And all they've got to do, guys, now, is just around the corner there, tiny little bit, up to here. I mean, they are April, May, June, 5 months late completing it, but I think because of this event going on, I think the council have told them last week come on, let's get this going. And what's happened here, you know, you can see there were work they've done up to there, so they can have this event on. Now after the bank holiday, I'm not sure, because they probably come in here about November. I must show you this, guys, and I'm not a builder or an engineer, but I noticed this yesterday. This road has just been completed, as you know, and this was all completely dug up the last week or 10 days. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas they've dug up. And just an example of who does these things. I mean, if you do this type of work, forgive me, but I just want to know why something that's just been completed, that is the 5th area they've had to dig up and resurface, and it's brand new. So it tells me they didn't know what they were doing in the first place. So I'm not sure what's going on, what it's going to be. It doesn't actually tell you. This is minus a lamppost, as you know, but it's at the Lamp Hospital, one of those there. I was going to come out later and I thought, I don't want to. Let's have a look at Floozy, and the whole area is finished now. Isn't it wonderful? I don't think you can eat that seagull. Oh, they've got information there. Hippodrome is very involved in this. Amazing, isn't it? We used to have these dingy little roads, didn't we? And we had benches all along here, though. I wish they'd bring them back, to be honest with you. The seating area now, doesn't it look amazing? And great for business. You've seen the other road. And almost finished here now, guys. You see what happens there? That's the trees normally, although it's only a small tree, isn't it? You see how it's sunk and all cracked. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's only a tiny tree. Surely the roots wouldn't do that. The other one looks good. That's a much bigger tree. Great bit of work there, guys, eh? If you can see it. Yes, guys, let me just show you again. Getting more and more like New York, although that would possibly be impossible. Yeah, just a quick update, that's all right. Look at all the seating now, guys, and pedestrianised area. You're from Birmingham, you remember this road, really dingy. They have almost finished this, but they're I think they're not even office hours actually. Normally, I came through yesterday, they normally knock off about 3 o'clock. Looking good, isn't it? Really looking good. More seating. I think I am told they've got to be finished this by the end of this month. That means the other area I showed you, about 6 to 8 weeks work. I don't think, probably talking rubbish, like I do, well, I don't think after the bank holiday they were, and this is probably another 10 days, they might bring the builders over to the other side and just to get it all finished. But I don't think they'll be cutting it fine because of the Frankfurt German Christmas market. So I don't think they will be doing that, they might do it January, February. It's a good idea, really, and then nobody would even notice it. Looks exactly the same as yesterday. Not that I would know. That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. Isn't that amazing? Almost there. And it'll be open, and I'm not sure if they'll get this finished in 10 days. Obviously they're probably away now till Tuesday. A couple of weeks work there. Going to look fab. Absolutely fab. I think she wants to get run over. Oh, that's a cozy club. They have one in, where is it now? Brindley Place, don't they? That's right, you have to go upstairs. And I wanted to say a massive thank you to all of you. We had the incredible, I've been going 3 years, I'm starting my 4th year, and as you know, we did the Jamaican festival, and it was successful. I mean, I couldn't use the tripod, guys. My apologies. We didn't have a gimbal. I didn't have the extension rod for the 6-inch DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and it does love hairstyles and heads, so it's only a 6-inch tall camera, and the screen is only 2.5 inches by 1.5, but it's got incredible stereo sound. It's got 4 speakers, and there were so many heads in the way, it kept going out of focus. But I put it on single focus now. I've adjusted the light. I've also carry a selfie stick in my bag at all times now. Naughty burner, my apologies. So it was focusing on these heads. I couldn't go any higher. I tried. It was focusing, trying to refocus. You would have noticed that. And for some reason I had it in 1080, which gives you 4 times zoom. The reason I did that it was because they had a VIP area, and it took up a huge part of Victoria Square. So you couldn't get anywhere near the stage, and then we were even further away, and it was really, really busy. And although I love Victoria Square, they really should have had it in Centenary Square. You could see there were thousands of people. We desperately needed more room. And they had this VIP area that it did take up a tremendous amount of room. There were only a few people sitting in there. You had to pay for that. That's fine. I mean, you know, they do that at lots of concerts. They do it at the Gay Pride weekend. You pay to get in, and it's not cheap. And then you have to pay even more if you want to get close to the stage. So we couldn't get anywhere near the stage. So that's why I put it in 1080, because it's got 4 times zoom. As I'd put it in 4K, I only had 2 times zoom. Also, and I know I'm boring you, it's only a digital zoom. It's not like the iPhone. It's 2 times optical, which makes a tremendous difference to the quality of the picture. So my apologies, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry. So even when there were not any heads in the way, and I was really struggling to hold my camera up really high, my shoulders were killing me, so it wasn't going out of focus, but because it was only set at 1080, you would have noticed the stage was quite a long way away, as I said, and it wasn't clear like I like it for you. You know, I know I'm being fussy, but that's what I am. I've been doing filming. I think the first time I started filming and going to laugh, guys, I was 8. So it's a long time, 65 years. And I like to be professional. And my mistake, my bag, my apologies. but we got 11,248 hours on one video. The most successful video I have ever had was the Commonwealth Games the first day. We had 11,000 after 2 years and 2 months. This got 11,248 hours. We are now at and pushing 2 weeks later towards 23,000 guys for both videos. Isn't that crazy? So, oh, no security today. Great shop, guys, for cakes and everything. Fabulous. Look, the bread is stunning in here. Absolutely stunning. The white cob is amazing. Really amazing. No security today, and we're not live, so it won't cut out, so I can take you through here. Get off Snow Hill Station across the road and come through here, guys. It's a really beautiful area. Lovely in here. Lots of shops closed. Well, not too many now. Greggs, you wouldn't think Greggs would be in here. Oh, they have one of these across the road from in Edgbaston, don't they? I've shown you before. And a nice bar in here. This doesn't go for too long. Have a coffee bar down the end. A wonderful little sweet shop. Oh, that's nice, what they've done there. It's a lovely bar, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? And an adorable little sweet shop I'm going to show you, privately owned, charming lady. So the views were amazing, guys. The sweet shop, don't tell me it's closed. Maybe we passed it. I think we might have. Oh, I hope not. There are a few shops closed. Sushi Passion. So it was a massive big thank you to all you guys, sweet shops here, 23,000 nearly. And they're still coming. Normally my videos die in 48 hours. And that's just amazing, guys. Look at this little sweetie shop. Isn't it beautiful? We've had 123 subscribers, guys, in 2 weeks. We got 50 in the first day. That would equal 5,500 in a year. I normally get 340 in a year. So those figures were wonderful. We had about 300 likes almost. That's more than I get in a year. So all stunning figures. But once again, my apologies that I didn't give you the best picture. But I will know next time. Use 4K, have the extension rod, because as I said, it loves hairstyles and heads, and it just kept focusing on them and going out of focus. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, guys, not like the iPhone I'm using now, you don't notice it. I needed to tell you that. I've just got to turn that up a bit. Hang on, guys. I'll straighten it out, guys. There you are. We have to do that. Recenter it. It's not me being incompetent. Because it's only a 1.5 inch screen, when it does all those things like focusing or out of focus, you can't see, obviously. 1.5, 2 inch screen, it's ridiculous. It's not until we get home and get into the editing studio. Too many buses. Great coffee bar there, guys. Dreadful service, apart from the young lady who served me the other day. She was new. Hopefully she will last there. The staff turnover is usually high there. It's funny, they got a barista school downstairs. They train baristas. so you can book a course. And yet, I have to tell you, good coffee, usually cold though, maybe 105 it's correct temperature, and service is usually shocking in there. But the young lady who served me the other day, she was absolutely wonderful. So credit where it is due. You know, I never unnecessarily criticize.
2 days later, yeah.
Getting back to the Jamaican figures and stats, also 51% male and 49% female viewers. Normally we have like 5%. So I like to get a balance between the sexes, and that was amazing. This is the Grand Hotel where Tom Cruise stayed, and also, as you know, King Charles now. Oops, ladies, sorry. You can't go in there, there's a lot of people there at the moment. Be careful. I have shown you in there, but it's just nice to walk in there. You couldn't get anywhere near there. If there's a huge step there, guys, if you ever stay there. Even I struggle to get down there. So isn't it wonderful, thinking about Cortland's, and as I said, getting back, just going over quickly, yes, the purpose is to thank you for all your support and the people coming in, and I've had some lovely messages. I had a couple of silly ones, but I just delete them. I don't know why they bother, guys. They were obviously racist, and they made it, I'm not going to tell what they said, I wouldn't give them the platform. But they get deleted, they waste their time. But I don't know if these people plough the internet, because you know, I'm a tiny channel, and that's what they do. Isn't that sad? I mean, I've probably, in the last 3 years, I've been watching YouTube for years, thousands of positive messages. I would never send a negative message, but I had just a couple, lots of wonderful messages, a couple of, no, not lots, a few, but a couple of, as I said, racist comments. But you go into oblivion, guys, you disappear, I delete, you don't even exist. I don't know why you waste your time, so if any of you want to send, normally we get great, wonderful people on here, we don't have to worry. Wonderful people, friendly, and that's how I like it. And as I said, Saturday, wonderful. I don't think I'll be able to film the whole 1.5 hours in front of the Hippodrome. I mean, if I did anyway, guys, you'd be bored, but I can do it in 4K. I can film the, oh, very breezy now, guys. I can post it later, being 4K, take a few hours to get to you. And I will sort of try to edit the best parts. If I do 1.5 hours, I wouldn't be able to anyway. I can't stand in one place for 1.5 hours. There'd be thousands of people there. I get too tired. I won't even begin to think about taking a tripod. You just have heads in the way all the time. I will probably film, you know, with a setup I've got here, the Ho-M gimbal, and which is, let me know, guys, because I might be going a bit too fast sometimes. You should always remember the 3 rules: slow, very slow, very, very slow. Hate it when they whiz around with gimbals, but it's remarkable gimbal, really remarkable. And although I don't use the app, you don't have to. You'll find most vloggers throughout the world, we use the gimbal for one reason, which means when you don't, although it does have AI as well, it has a lamp, I mean it has everything, it's far superior to DJI 6, and they are bringing out a 7, it's a few months late. The gimbal market is worth millions, hundreds of millions. I strongly advise anyone watching who films, go out and get yourself this latest OM, I think it was 1299. What it's got and what you can do with it is remarkable. But the most important thing is a gimbal, so that it's not a handheld camera, it's 3 stabilizer gimbal, which is very comfortable for you viewing, and without it you couldn't work. You know, some of your most popular vloggers in the world who film every day and live, they wouldn't without, and I know one, he uses DJI, and he never ever used the app, just used it as a stabilizer, and for that purpose it is, to a person filming like me and for you, is invaluable, so you don't have all that wobbly picture. Let's get that down a bit. Oh, see if we can, that's it. They just slightly, rather than recenter, I'm just moving the joystick, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed the update, and now I'm famous. My autograph signing's gone up. I've had 1 free cake, guys. Started my 4th year and 2 people recognise me. That's all. I'm crying, I'm sulking. It would be nice, I'll be honest with you. I'm not vain, I'm not a videographer or even a cinematographer. I've learned a lot. Oh, another point I want to say to you guys, if you film and you're watching, get the InShot editor in the Apple Store. InShot, $11.99 for the year. That's 3-point-something pence a day. Far superior to iMovie. There's no comparison. I remember I got a iMac Pro 15 years ago. In those days you needed an Apple product to use. You couldn't get it in Android, but now you can, the iMovie. And a guy in the pub said, oh, if you just bought the, it was in Covent Garden, the Pro. And I said, yes, Mac Pro, which I didn't really need. I sold it for half the price, as usual, after about a year. And he said, well, my wife's a professional photographer, and she bought it for one specific reason, to use the iMovie. But I can tell you now, it's completely out of date if you compare it to the InShot editor. So if you do film, yes, I know it's windy. If I talk, guys, you won't hear me, I know, because it's very breezy. So yes, guys, hopefully they will have the Jamaican festival here next time. It was ridiculous. There wasn't any room. far, far too small area, especially when they're going to use a very large area for VIP, and hardly anyone was there, maybe 10 people. This would be far more suitable, although I do love Victoria Square. It was just not sensible to have it there, as you could have seen from the video. But having said all that, a wonderful day, wonderful, friendly people. Oh yes, I must tell you, I said I wasn't going to give them a platform, but this guy sent the message twice. A couple of days later, I deleted both of them. I don't know who the hell it is, about educating me about Birmingham, and there's a lot of racism in Birmingham. There's segregated areas because it's so dangerous. Now, I know we have problems in Birmingham. I know we have bad areas everywhere. So it went on and on. A little bit of history about Jamaica and the people and London and comparing. And you have, as I said, you have segregated areas. It's so dangerous, and a tremendous amount of racism. Well, let me tell you, whoever you are, I deleted both your messages. Don't bother sending another one. I've never, multicultural city, very diverse, all different religions, Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims. No, they have problems, not stupid, not naive. Never in 7 years, and I would say I'm out almost every day, have I ever seen a segregated area. Have I ever seen any racism? Have I ever seen any trouble? Nothing. The reason I stayed here when I came back from Spain, because of multicultural city, very diverse, love the people, very friendly. So never heard of segregated areas, never heard of or seen any racism, ever. So there you go. I remember when the Met came down for the Commonwealth Games, and he turned around to a young police officer and said, yeah, well, what are you doing here? I said, he had Metropolitan Police London. I said, you're in the wrong area. He said, yes, we just come down here to sort you guys out and show you how to behave yourself, etc., etc. And I said, oh, right, okay. I didn't say anything, to be honest. And he said something like, you need it. And then I remember reading many articles after the most successful Commonwealth Games, perhaps ever. There were many, many positive reports on the city. I even spoke to some police officers from the Met afterwards, and how they said they were taken aback how friendly and beautiful the city is, and how wonderful and how diverse, and there wasn't any trouble whatsoever, and we've had a wonderful time here, and it was a privilege and an honour to be here with you guys. And that's what the Met Police said to me. I think it was the last day of the Commonwealth Games. So that was a good education for them as well. It is a lovely, friendly city, and the people are wonderful. And yes, there are trouble, there is problems everywhere, and you have to be careful, and people have too much to drink, and all sorts of things can go on. I'm not naive. But shame on you for talking about Birmingham like that. But I deleted both your messages. If Holly comes on here, because you liked my English accent, didn't you, Holly? I don't want to be stupid, I have to be an adult, I'm an old man now. But I would like to say to you, Holly, it's been the most wonderful cruise around today, and it's been exquisite, and it's truly popping everywhere. I just think it's so wonderful. I most definitely will be coming back, most definitely. And of course we can have someone from East London. Hello, Governor. How are you? I'm all right, mate. Oh, look, a tram. Is it a tram or bus? I mean, I don't know. Could be a plane for all I know. I mean, I'm not into transport. I mean, how do I know? They don't like your voice. It's extremely common, and you chop the ends of your words off. It's totally unacceptable, and you must... Hello? Oh, well done. And I should have said to you, please behave yourself. That man was very naughty, very naughty. Oh, I don't think so, Governor. I thought he was all right. He's one of my mates. If I can say to you, don't you pick on my mates, I'll sort you out. Yeah, will you? Well, what are you going to do? Oh, I'll smack you in the gob, mate. Oh, yeah. Don't you mess around with me, cocker. You'll be in trouble. Right trouble, mate. Anyway, sorry, guys. That was for Holly. And our favourite little... Sorry, I was even forgetting how I'm filming when I go into that character act. Sorry if it was a bit wobbly. Yes, oh yes, I got the sign. He was right, James. Guys, James sends messages, right? I don't know who he is. Please, always click on the link and read them. He knows everything. I think he's a spy, so be careful. He said Pizza Express, it's going to have live music. And they used to be up there. Crazy, isn't it? They were up there, just along there. Oh, he's got some flowers. He's just graduated. Congratulations. Must be a most wonderful feeling. I only went to college, as you can probably tell. I would love to have gone to university and the experience of a lifetime. I know it's hard, they work really hard, and there's tremendous stress, but it would have been wonderful. So here we are, coming to the end. It's probably going to take, guys, I am just checking my watch, it's 4:45. I'm going to have my head shaved tomorrow, guys, so if you ever see me, don't be horrified. 0. I had it about 6 weeks ago, and I normally wait about 6 months, twice a year. It's only £10. Liberty Lounge. If you're from Birmingham, guys, Sheepcote Street, Liberty Lounge. She's called, oh God, I forgot, Georgina. Yes, Liberty Lounge. She's excellent. Because it's just a 0, it's only £10, and I'm old. I mean, I'll give her a couple of pounds tip, but I'm having a really bad case of psoriasis in my scalp. So I want it off so I can control it more, even though it hasn't grown a lot in 6 weeks. So here, if it's true, isn't that lovely? Someone told me, was it Bill Clinton? Here, am I right? Am I talking rubbish? I saw him at the convention in Washington. Was it yesterday? Hillary did her stuff, and then, we don't normally talk politics, and then he came on. He's 78 now, Bill. I should think he was wobbling a bit. So we know how very, very naughty he was. Yeah, Mooncat, all part of the same group as I've told you before. And down here, oh yes, down here we have that nice view. I won't film on Saturday, guys, because there'll be lots of people there who live there. I can do it another time. They have live music here. Yes, this is part of the Cavalli group, but it's really beautiful inside. Hello. I'm just having a look. It's very beautiful, isn't it? It's part of the Cavalli, isn't it, group? Cavalli group. If you go on the Cavalli app, it's the same part of the group. Yeah. Live music when? When's the next live music? When? Tonight and Saturday. Right. Okay, all right, thanks so much, thank you. Beautiful, I'll just take a quick shot of it. Thank you. Right. Thank you very much. Right. It's lovely in there, isn't it? And you get a nice pint of Japanese, my favourite lager, Asahi, £6, which is not a bad price, is it, for, you know, drink in there. You could just go in there, and you don't have to have a meal, and have a pint of lager for £6, Asahi, which is wonderful, dry. It's just a beautiful lager. Back again, guys. Here we are. Just over an hour. Holly's favourite place. It's always quite busy now at this time, almost 5 o'clock. I'll go straight home and post this. Oh, I can't post it, can I? Oh, yes, I can. Well, I thought it was live. I have to check it, though, for an hour. And then it depends. It can take anything from 2, believe it or not, to about 16 hours 4K. And always remember, guys, if you click on the link, the top 3 dots, right-hand corner of the video, it will tell you. I'll always put in the information. I always keep a check. Anyway, if you see it, it tells you 4K high dynamic range, you know it is. If I don't put it there, it's still going to be initially posted in 360. So don't watch it. It doesn't do the video any justice. It sometimes can be like that for up to 16 hours. It's really, really horrible. But as soon as I notice it's 4K, it does notify me. I'll put it in the description immediately. All right, well, thank you, guys. God bless all of you. Hope you enjoyed our little walk, our update, and again, thank all of you. And again, my apologies for the quality of the last video. And time out for 2 minutes with the water. And I will see you, well, I won't actually see you Sunday, Monday, but I plan to go to London within the next 2 weeks. Take care, bye-bye.